one thing you did mention was at one point during the first few years of your stay in prison, you yourself felt like suicidal in that.
Oh God, yeah.
How bad did it go for you?
All right, so first year, I'm pining for my old lifestyle back. Want my house, want my swimming pool, all that stuff. Missing my bird. She's my lifeline. She's visiting me 3 times a week. Prosecutor, to increase pressure because I'm not breaking down, signing the plea bargain. Gets my bail doubled. Get moved over to maximum security. Don't know anyone. Murderers, cockroaches. Cockroaches are all over me at night. 4 or 5 days you can't sleep. Hearing voices, seeing imaginary things. I've got all these bleeding and itching skin infections and bed sores. I've got a pink eye infection. My eyelids drooping down here. Yellow pus coming out my eyeball. They stopped my girlfriend from visiting me by indicting her for 1 prescription pill found in our medicine or our bathroom on in the cabinet on the day of the raid without a written prescription right next to it, which is a class 6 felony.
Yeah.
Co-defendants can't visit co-defendants. She just criminalised her to stop her from visiting me.
They're really turning a screw on you.
And then they say 200 years. Every time he spoke about drugs on the phone, it's 5 to 10. You go to trial and lose, we're going to stack it up to 200-year sentence. So I'm like, do I want to spend the rest of my life in an environment like this? I can't take it anymore. So I planned to slash my wrists after a guard did a security walk. But before I was going to do it, I wanted to say goodbye to my mum and dad and my sister and my girlfriend. And what I mean by that was I had 7 photos. So I get the photos out. And I'm looking at my mum and dad and my sister and my girlfriend. And I'm thinking, oh, shit, you know, mum's going to get a call saying he's slashed his wrists in an Arizona jail cell. I just got really sad. I started crying. And I thought, I just can't put my mum through that. And that's what stopped me from doing it. And I felt selfish the next day for wanting to kill myself because a prisoner came in and told me his sad story. He had stomach cancer. He was going to die in there. He had a metal rod in his leg. He was in agony. He had syphilis, hep C and cancer. And he was in agony when he pissed and went on the toilet. And I'm thinking, this guy's going to die now. I felt sorry for myself last night. And that was the turning point. When you are thinking about 200 years and then you get sentenced to 9.5, you're like, I'm going to get my life back.
That's crazy, yeah.
Who gives a shit about the house on the mountain? Who gives a shit about the Dyke Triangle? Who gives a shit about your plasma screen TV?
Sports car, money,
you just
drugs,
want your life back. And I started to think about the needs of the prisoners. I started to help them read their legal paperwork. A third of them couldn't read all right. It was hard enough for me to understand the legal terminology. I started a class for the Mexicans. A lot of them worked out in the country, couldn't write home in Spanish. I knew some basic Spanish. Aryan Brotherhood prison gang had a problem because of helping another race. We had a cellmate who was an independent, tough guy, and he intervened with the gang and they allowed me to continue. And the final thing I did to try to help people was, a guard said to me, the world has got no idea what's going on in here, but all the human rights violations.
Yeah.
And that's what motivated me to start writing it down. My aunt smuggled it out of maximum security, risking herself, got put on the internet as John's Jail Journal so they wouldn't know my real name, the guards. And that went on to attract international media attention. And that's what's led to everything.
Right.
That came from helping other people. I never set out to benefit myself, but helping other people puts a brake on your ego, and it's good for your soul, and it leads to good things. Like I became an author because of it, gave me the credibility to do talks in the schools, and set me on this whole new positive path.
And it's amazing, really, how quickly things can turn for someone. They're, you know, you've gone down a very negative route for a very long time. Maybe you didn't realize it because you're enjoying it. And then suddenly...
I think the average person watching this show, and especially when I was younger, we all feel like the decisions you make don't really have that much of an impact of where your life's going to go.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Like, the decisions you make will define your exit. Like, it's going to make a huge difference to your life. And
that long road, you're going further down the road of drugs.
And you've proven how... on a good decision, it can go like that, and on a bad decision, it can go fucking like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But most people feel like helpless, like when they're making, what is difference does it make if I take this subject in college or that, or I get this job or that job? But it does make a fucking huge difference, and you've paid the price, mate. But you've also redeemed yourself, haven't you?
Paid the price, and now trying to help young people not make my mistakes.
Well done, mate.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you, honestly.